Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
Mike.
Wow. And today we're cracking open a new bottle of the Elijah Craig Single Barrel Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So I was talking with one of you guys, I believe it was Motorhead, that I was talking to for a while the other day.
Thanks.
And he had mentioned that the Larceny single barrels like this. I have never seen those. I will keep my eye out for sure. But I said that we do, I believe, have one. I dug deep in the back, and we've had this for a long time. Mike actually picked this up at Yankee Spirits well over a year ago that we had it.
Well over.
We'll get through the particulars on this one, and we'll see what it actually tastes like. So this one comes in at 9 years. It's 127.3 proof. And we got it for $84.99. And that was part of the conversation. I'll get to that later. The company's Heaven Hill. The distillery is the Elijah Craig Distillery out of Bardstown, Kentucky. And it is 78% corn, 12% malted barley, 10% rye. And we did, again, get this at Yankee Spirits. So the conversation was around the fact that, oh, that hurts. The Larceny one is supposedly more years at similar proof for the same money, and these are always less years, similar proof, for more money. So that was the question on whether or not, if we'd seen any of them.
I can honestly say Larceny is not as...
I've never seen a store pick a Larceny.
I was going to say Larceny is not as abundant as Elijah. Elijah tends to be in most of our stores near us. Larceny...
And again, we might have passed it 1,000 times because I obviously have been proven to shop with my eyes closed. So that it does happen. And quite honestly, lately,
when he shops like
lately, I don't even leave the house because, well, that's just it. We've said it.
I've not really, because they would obviously it'd have something different. It would say private label. It would say something, and I would see that.
You said this would it's not a traditional store pick. This was at Yankee Spirits, but it doesn't have their Yankee Spirits store pick.
I'm pretty
sure it's a single barrel.
I know,
and it was from them.
I believe it. It is theirs.
Yes. But it doesn't have the label that they normally have when you get a store pick.
I want to say
every store pick I've ever had had a label.
Does Yankee actually say Yankee? It doesn't.
Yes.
I don't believe it does. I don't believe theirs does.
I don't know.
I believe it says private barrel.
That would be weird.
I think it says, but with the dark
that would be
logo.
weird. Even when you do like the Knob Creek store picks from somebody, normally they have like this on it. Came from this person or something like that. Where that one doesn't say anything.
Yeah, so it says private barrel, Pablo's pick. So this is Pablo's pick.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So Pablo in the store.
All right.
Wherever he may be.
I didn't see that. But then again, I'm not the bottle reader, so that's the case on that one. This happens to be Barrel Serial 6842652. Guess I need a new prescription. I can't read it. So, all right, let's see what we got. But the weird thing is, and we said this when we got it originally. That's bugging me. Wow. Got it. So the
dog would have had a great drink.
I wouldn't have spilled. This is only 9 years. So they were always 12 years to do the yearly ones that I'd gone through. But now they've
I see what he's saying.
It's slowly going down. But this is more money for less years.
Because it's a store pick.
Right.
And I get all that. Let's just see if it's as good or not.
I'm not. I'm just laying out the facts, and then we're going to actually say it. It may smash them all. Who knows? But it was just one of them weirdness where the Larceny was more years and the same money, which is a good deal if you can find that. But I haven't found one.
I have not found that either. In our neck of the woods, no. Well, this really holds on. I'm so happy I'm spitting. Hey, this is like day and night. This has a pretty good kick.
Well, it is 127.3 proof.
So I know that.
That is definitely lasting with that.
Mm-hmm. It does. The nose wasn't crazy though.
No.
I'll give it that.
And the finish didn't have a huge oaky presence to me either, but we're going to see on the second sip. I took a little sip because I knew what the proof was.
I'm not going to disagree with that, because I did the same thing.
Right.
Even though the bottle's here, I don't know why. I'm baby sipping it, but the nose is getting better.
But there was no complaint in my assessment. I'm just trying to give an honest judgment. It's so hard to try to think, could this be worthy of like the AB's, you know what I mean?
So let's say you can even back up a little. 9 years is not really a bad. It's not like it sat in the shelf or in the barrel for 24 seconds or 24 months. So I don't know. It's pretty tasty. Oh,
hit me in the back. It did. Hit me in the gullet.
I will go though.
That one dunked on my dangly.
We can never do a show without you. It's a drinking show, and the only person I know that can't drink properly is the
Well, I was so busy trying to see if there was more flavors than I'm getting a little bit of a nut, and I was like shuffle, 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 and it was like you hit on the freaking dangly bag back there. I was like, so it can happen.
Like every other show,
it happens to the best of me. Well, I'm also babbling the whole time, so
yeah.
I choke on my own spit. So don't think this is hurting me any. You know what I mean? I'm trying to give the full
the nose is coming
assessment
through.
Before I
choke.
Go with it. No.
Well, I gotta
no, I'll probably choke, but I'm just thinking. Again, it's well into February, and we've yet to see the Larceny or Elijah that he's even come out.
We still didn't get the last bookers.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the shipping to Massachusetts lately. So we apologize. It's not that we're not trying to get it. It hasn't come to Mass.
No,
that we have found.
But this does carry.
It's making me cough just smelling it. I don't know what's going on with this one.
What a review.
Well. I don't know if I love. That's why I'm just trying to think in my head.
Is that what's all the choke is about?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the flavor. It's not a wild ride. It's not crazy price to me, and it's $127. It's your traditional kind of. It's kind of like straight bourbon, but not a crazy oak note. There is not a crazy oak.
So let's put in reference. Let's back it up a few days and go all the way back to Sunday Fun Day when we just did the Still Austin, where it had like a generous oaky presence. That was only a 6-year whiskey, but it was like
it was only
oaky
100 proof
and flavorful. 100 proof. It drank nice. This one
again. That was $79.99.
I'm in the same price range. That's what I'm going with.
This is $127.
I think that drank better though. That's what I'm saying. I'm just throwing it out there for instance. Instead of like just being straight proof hounds, yes, this is definitely more proof. But did we get more flavor out of that whiskey?
We did.
And that's all I'm getting at. That's
I wasn't denying that.
No, I'm fighting it through in my own head because that's why I look like I'm zombieing out over here because I'm thinking back and I'm like, I think I like that one better, even though it was a lower proof. I think it drank better. Like this. Other than the heat, I don't think this has the same viscosity. I don't think it lasts as long. I don't think it's as thick, and it's certainly not as oaky.
I'll give you the last one. It's not as oaky.
Okay,
but it does have flavors.
I get a slight peanut with a caramel.
It hangs on with the proof.
Mm-hmm.
You could almost dial that to like all the Elijahs per se.
Well, that's what I'm going to have to do. We're going to have to put this up against some of our bangers that we have, just to see. Because we already did the Battle of the Elijah.
I know, but does the Elijah?
Yeah.
Or we just do like a.
This is still very good.
This versus the one. Number one versus this. I could do a Friday.
Oh, we're just
competition.
The hell with the proof and just put that against what one? The Still Austin? The number one Elijah.
Correct.
Oh, I like that. I'll do that. I'll put that in.
And then just see, is there a difference?
Future Tom, write that down.
No. Whatever, it's a Saturday or,
I can't do that because we don't have it anymore. But I will put it against number 2. No, because we killed it. Nope, it wasn't me. It went into a blind. That already went in.
Or do I have that one?
According to you, you have a store that can get 12 of them.
No,
but
I might have
at C923, I don't have that.
I forget.
Yeah, I don't have.
I do have.
I don't have it.
Couple of
That one. The last little bit of it went into a blind
Okay.
against something that somebody requested, and then it,
But
went,
again,
it went into
maybe
my
that would
drink of the
be
day,
whether we do that.
we can put it
Saturday
against the second one. It doesn't matter. None of them were slouches. You know what I mean?
That's correct.
They were all very good. But
so the nose is coming through too. But.
Maybe I'll write that down as one of your future Blind Fight Fridays, and we'll throw it in there. And then when it comes out, it'll just be a fun thing.
Yes, Mike.
Yeah. No, it'll be a fun thing. It is very good. Don't get me wrong. And for $84.99 in this proof for 9 years, you can't beat it with a stick. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole conversation that I had, I believe it was Motorhead, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, that we were going back and forth was the fact that these are pricier than somebody Elijah yearlies you can get out, A, B, and C's.
He is correct.
Right. So, and that's the thing. It's less years, even though it used to be a solid 12 years, and now they're slowly coming down. But it's less years and more money, which was weird, where we have to look. And I said, you know what? I think we have one. And I said, I'm going to bump it up into the front. I'll dig out, and I had to dig deep in the back to try to get it. This is solid. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm just thinking back a couple days when we did the Sunday Fun Day. I do remember really liking that one. I think it had more flavor.
Yeah, and you're probably not lying.
Mm-hmm.
Or not wrong.
Would this win out because it does have the proof?
It does.
Maybe.
It definitely does have the proof.
Yeah. And maybe it was just my first sip. Kind of hit me in the wrong
like
way.
A dog on his
well, yeah, I don't care about that. But it might be because it was my first sip and it kind of hit me wrong. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm going to pour a little bit more. We're going to get into it. This is very good. These are very good. And if you can't find the barrel picks, it's a good alternative.
But
Let's put it that way.
There you go.
You
but I do see his point. You know, if Larceny is doing a longer year, same proof, then that's the way to go.
Well,
I've not seen one.
I told him. I said I'm gonna actually have to keep my eye out because again, sometimes I walk through stores with blinders.
A store pick. Because a lot of the stores, especially, they kind of
these are tricky. Because again, do you see Pablo's? No, I didn't see that. It's usually they put like Yankee Spirits or something.
I get
an
email from these guys.
No, I know for you, yes.
But not a Larceny. But other stores, they generally put their store picks like right in the beginning.
Correct.
You know, for the most part. So
but it usually has a sticker.
And it'll say barrel pick, this, that, whatever. Yes. What's the one down?
Barrel Friends.
Barrel Friends.
That's not the Cape. Luke's store. Luke's Slicker. Yep.
They do. Ted. It'll say Ted's pick, and it'll say Tarek's pick, whatever on it. A lot of times it'll say
they have a different one that says like ABC, whatever it is. It's like whatever because all the stores that they have.
Even Gardner, he sends his wife down, and it'll be his girlfriend or his wife's name. No,
I get that.
I'm
send your wife down and put it on the name and under your girlfriend. That's a good note right there on that one. But no, it's the same thing. That's exactly what you said, but that's the funny part. But no, that's the same with the knobs. The knob pick that I have was
his nose is coming in right now.
The knob pick that I have over there actually has like it's like Susie's.
Is that
pick.
Ted's?
No, we got it. I forget where I got it. I might have got the knob.
Ted's did have one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Overall, I mean, this is solid. And again, if you're going to look at the big picture, it's 9 years. It's maybe not 12, but it's 9 years for $84. So if you do the $10 per year, they're under. You know what I mean? It might be a little bit pricier than you can get the ABCs, but it's still 123.7 proof, and it is super solid.
127.3.
That's what I just said.
23.7.
No, whatever it is.
You're dyslexia now.
Yeah, well, it's so far away. But, I don't know. It is good.
I think it's very good.
I don't know where I land on it. I'm going to have to put this up against some of the ABCs just to see. Just for fun. Can you tell the difference of the years? But, again, that goes back to the where you land on.
This is pretty tasty.
I didn't say it wasn't.
I'm getting a nice nut, little oak. I don't know. This is pretty good for me, but
yeah, I don't know. It's one of them things. Again, you guys leave a comment down below.
I get his complaint. But you pay more for a barrel pick anyway. It's a store pick, so they're gonna crank it up a little bit. But they didn't go crazy, and I'm not sad.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I was just thinking, just going back to what we drank, within the last couple of days. It just kind of struck me,
Proof would hang on here, huge.
But that's the problem. It's strictly proof. Where when we were drinking the Still Austin, it was strictly flavor that hung on.
It did have it did have a lot more notes and flavor. It still has notes, but
I'm going to say not like that one. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go with proof over that because normally that hangs on better. This is one of the ones while I'm drinking it, I'm just thinking in my head because we recently just did that one. Man, I just remember that one having way more taste.
Its nose is going to be closer than its competitors than what we had that day. I agree with that. It's this. It would have been close. This one and that one, and proof may or may not.
But the nose is again, it's almost burning your nostrils. There's more proof coming out than just
for you're not getting me.
You're not getting an oaky flavor.
Not oak.
You're not.
I'm getting all the bourbon flavors.
Right.
I'm not getting oak. No, I agree.
I mean that's if I had that again. I'm only playing a little bit of negative. It is very good, and for the price, it's still a buy. It really is. Would I buy this over the ABCs? I don't know. I have to put them up against that, and then that's the true test. That's the only way we're going to know whether we did it. But
if it's your store, then you probably would. And we do.
No, and I get that, and that's why we bought it because they have good prices, and you support the people that support you. Not that they're giving us any deals over anyone else.
Agreed.
But they 100%. Just have legitimate prices. I 100% I agree with that. But it just in my head, and again, the more I drink, the more I start thinking, is 127.3 my happy land? I think I think I'm dialing it down. If you can get as much flavor out of a 113 as you can, this one I kind of like that better because it's not the proof that lasts; it's the flavor that lasts. And I think as my palate changes, I think I'm either growing or going younger, however you want to look at it, on with whether do I want all this proof or do I want all that flavor? You know what I mean? Where when we got that much flavor out of the 100 proof one, imagine that at 107 or 108 or 113. You know what I mean? Where it bumps up. Take Makers, for instance. Their cask strength is at 110. And I think they're banging bottles with intense flavor. And it's
a great
just
nose.
At a happy land. You know what I mean?
It is. And we have one, we already did it.
Oh, here we go. All right. Well, that being said, thank you for your suggestion, Motorhead, anyways, on breaking this out. But I don't know if we did it justice, but this definitely has to go on a blind. That's the key.
I agree with that 100%.
I want to see where this lands.
I'm very happy with this. But
I don't disagree. What's your grade?
I'd be A-A. I'm not. I don't think I'm. No, I'm with it. I'm pretty content, honestly.
I'm there with you. I'm in that same point where this is solid. I don't know if it's not bringing us to whiskey of the year. Because there's not a lot of complexity.
I don't think we agreed. I don't think we've had any one of these really whiskey of the year. But for the money, again, their barrel picks are probably their own picks are probably a little bit cheaper, that's almost the same proof. This is not bad either.
I like your A-. I'm gonna have to put a couple of blinds against this. I'm gonna have to see how that it actually fares against something, maybe even in the lower proof. I'm gonna have to write all these things down, and I'm not gonna remember. So future Tom, do that.
I don't know, but I don't know what a low proof because it's gonna stand out.
It might stand out, but does it drink better with more flavor? Will it beat that Still Austin? I have a goal now. That's 2 for you. Now I'm gonna put 2 down. I don't remember what the first one was, but I'll go back and watch it on that.
I'm the fighter.
No. I'm just curious. I mean, this is solid. So we're going to see.
It's very good, honestly.
Again, probably the worst review we ever did for a single barrel. But you know what? It is. I mean, it's solid. I just don't know where to go with it. So that's just me. I'm conflicted.
Worst case, you gave it an A-. It's
A-. No, it's good. It is good. There's nothing bad about it. But do I know better? That's all I'm thinking in my head for in that price range where it can run. So if you have a blind you'd like to see this go into, leave a comment down below because I love when you guys.
That would be good. Actually,
I love when you guys put out blinds. Anyways,
they throw another idea out.
Yeah, right. Because then that'll my confliction that I have over here. It'll help me iron out on what we were.
Got more than conflictions on whiskey.
I got a lot of them, so don't worry about that. But there you go. That's the Elijah Craig single barrel Kentucky Straight bourbon whiskey. Did a private barrel. Again, this was a Yankee pick. It is very good for what it is.
I think it is very good.
I want to know where it measures up against the yearly ones that come out. That's all. So
that's fine.
That being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.